Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for being here today. I want to emphasize a truth that too many of us overlook in our pursuit of success. That truth is simple. Talent is not enough. Ambition is not enough. Even motivation, though powerful, is fleeting. The true key to success, whether in business, health, relationships, or personal growth, is self-discipline. Self-discipline is often misunderstood as something rigid, harsh, or punitive. But the reality is far from that. It is, in fact, an empowering force, a choice to act in alignment with your deepest values and goals, even when you don't feel like it. Let me ask you this. If you woke up tomorrow with unlimited motivation, what would you do differently? Now, what if I told you that no one wakes up every single day feeling motivated? The difference between those who succeed and those who remain stuck is the ability to act despite the lack of motivation. That is discipline. Self-discipline is the muscle you develop over time. Just like any physical muscle, it grows stronger with repeated practice. And just like a weak muscle, it atrophies if not exercised. So how do we start building this essential muscle? Next part is discovering your why. Everything meaningful begins with clarity of purpose. If you do not understand why you're pursuing a goal, your journey becomes directionless, vulnerable to every distraction and excuse. Let's take the story of Jim Carrey as an example. Before he became a world-renowned actor and comedian, Carrey faced rejection after rejection, but he carried an unshakable vision of his future. Early in his career, he wrote himself a check for $10 million for acting services rendered and dated it for 5 years in the future. He kept that check in his wallet, not as a boast, but as a constant reminder of his purpose. Your why must be deeply personal. It could be your family's well-being, a desire to break free from a cycle of poverty, or the ambition to leave a meaningful legacy. Whatever it is, your why needs to be the emotional fuel that pushes you through adversity. Without it, discipline feels like punishment. With it, discipline becomes a declaration of your purpose. Next part is small habits, big results. One of the biggest misconceptions about discipline is that it requires massive, overwhelming efforts. In truth, the most profound changes come from small, consistent actions. Consider the concept of compound interest, which applies not just to finance, but to personal growth. Saving just a few dollars every day may seem insignificant, but over time, those small deposits turn into a substantial sum. Similarly, reading 10 pages a day, doing 5 push-ups every morning, or writing 200 words daily can compound into a powerful force that leads you to your goals. Let me share the story of Darren Hardy, former publisher of Success magazine and author of The Compound Effect. Hardy emphasizes that success is not about radical shifts, but about small, seemingly insignificant choices made consistently over time. Every decision to stay disciplined builds momentum. Here's a practical tip. Choose one small habit that aligns with your goal and commit to it for 30 days. Set a simple, measurable target. For example, if your goal is fitness, commit to doing 10 push-ups every morning before breakfast. If your goal is learning, commit to reading 1 chapter of a book every evening. These small actions will feel trivial at first, but as they accumulate, they will become your foundation. Next part is overcoming the voice of doubt. Let me be honest with you, self-discipline is not always easy. You will face moments of doubt. You will face days when everything inside you screams to quit, to sleep in, to binge watch TV, or to scroll endlessly through your phone. The voice of doubt is your greatest adversary. It feeds on fear, excuses, and past failures. But here's the reality. That voice is a liar. It tells you that you're not good enough, that you don't have time, that success is meant for others, not you. Think of J.K. Rowling. Before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon, Rowling was a single mother living on welfare. Publishers rejected her manuscript multiple times, yet she refused to surrender to doubt. She knew her story had value. Her discipline in writing, revising, and persevering led to one of the most successful book series in history. Whenever the voice of doubt whispers in your ear, respond with disciplined action. Ignore the urge to procrastinate and instead focus on the next small step. The key is not motivation, but persistence. Next part is time management. As a discipline, one of the most valuable resources you have is time. Yet so many of us misuse it. Time management is not just about filling up your calendar, it's about consciously allocating time to what matters most. Begin by tracking your time for a week. Write down how you spend each hour of your day. You'll be surprised how much time is wasted on distractions. Once you have clarity, start scheduling your most important tasks during your peak energy hours. For most people, this is in the morning, when focus and willpower are at their highest. Block time for deep work, uninterrupted periods where you work solely on your high-priority goals. Discipline is about saying no to low-value tasks and yes to high-value actions. It's about protecting your time as if it were gold. Next part is the role of accountability. Self-discipline does not mean going it alone. Accountability is a powerful tool to keep you on track. Find an accountability partner, a friend, mentor, or coach who will hold you responsible for your actions. Share your goals and progress regularly. The fear of disappointing someone else, especially when they believe in you, is a strong motivator. Consider the example of weight loss programs like Weight Watchers. They don't just focus on dieting, they focus on community and accountability. That's why so many people experience greater success when they are part of a group effort. If you don't have a formal accountability partner, even publicly declaring your goal, on social media for example, increases the pressure to follow through. Just knowing that others are watching your journey will elevate your discipline. Next part is sacrifices versus. Short-term gratification discipline requires sacrifice, but it is not a sacrifice in the traditional sense of suffering. Rather, it is a choice to prioritize long-term rewards over short-term pleasure. Imagine a college student who is torn between studying for finals or binge-watching a TV series. The immediate gratification of entertainment is tempting, but discipline tells the student to study, knowing that the long-term reward is better grades and future opportunities. Elon Musk, founder of Tesla and SpaceX, didn't build his empire by indulging in comfort. He worked 100-hour weeks, sacrificing social life and sleep to turn bold ideas into reality. Here's a strategy to combat short-term urges. Every time you're tempted to indulge in distraction, ask yourself, will this help me achieve my goal? The answer is often no. Replace the indulgence with an action aligned to your goal. Over time, this rewires your habits and mindset. Next part is mindset shifts to cultivate discipline. Discipline is not about being harsh with yourself. It's about changing your relationship with action. Instead of thinking, I have to do this, say, I get to do this. Reframing your mindset shifts discipline from being a chore to being a privilege, an opportunity to grow, learn, and progress. Also, embrace the idea of imperfection. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be persistent. Missing a day doesn't mean failure. It's simply a detour. The key is to return to your path immediately. Visualization is another powerful tool. Spend a few minutes each morning visualizing yourself achieving your goals, seeing yourself disciplined, focused, and victorious. Your brain begins to align your actions with this vision, making discipline more natural. Next part is discipline in times of crisis. Discipline is most important during adversity. It's easy to stay disciplined when everything is going well. The true test of character is whether you can stay disciplined when life throws curveballs. Take the example of Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and renowned psychiatrist. In the face of unimaginable suffering, he wrote in his book, Man's Search for Meaning, that even in the worst circumstances, we have the power to choose our attitude and our actions. Discipline is the choice to show up, even when circumstances are difficult. It's the decision to keep pursuing your goals when others quit. It is what separates ordinary people from extraordinary achievers. Next part is the ripple effect of discipline. Discipline doesn't just impact your personal life, it affects everyone around you. When you embody discipline, you inspire others, your family, your friends, your colleagues to elevate their standards. The ripple effect begins with you. By setting an example, you create a culture of discipline. You become a beacon of what is possible. Imagine a workplace where each employee shows up on time, takes initiative, and follows through on commitments. The entire organization becomes more productive, efficient, and successful. Discipline is contagious. Next part is measuring your progress. It's essential to measure progress, not perfection. Track your daily habits, reflect weekly, and set monthly goals. Celebrate small wins. Every time you stay disciplined, you reinforce the belief in your ability to do so again. Use tools such as journals, habit trackers, or apps designed to build discipline. The important thing is to create visibility into your actions so you can see how far you've come. Next part is the long-term rewards of discipline. Let me be clear, the greatest rewards of discipline are not instant wealth or fleeting fame. They are lasting confidence, self-respect, and the peace of mind that comes from knowing you are doing the right thing consistently. The disciplined person wakes up knowing they are in control of their destiny. They don't rely on luck or circumstance, they rely on action. Imagine the future version of yourself, stronger, wiser, healthier, and more accomplished. That version is waiting for you, built one disciplined choice at a time. Next part is final call to action. Now, as I close this speech, I want to leave you with a challenge. Start today, not tomorrow, not next week. Today, set one clear, disciplined goal and commit to it for 30 days. It could be waking up 30 minutes earlier to focus on your personal project, drinking a glass of water first thing in the morning to start the day energized, writing 200 words daily toward your dream book or business plan, exercising for 15 minutes each day. Whatever it is, start small, be consistent, and track your progress. Remember, self-discipline is not about depriving yourself. It's about empowering yourself to be the person you want to become. The power is in your hands. The time is now. Choose discipline. Choose growth. Choose greatness. Thank you.